Grammar Bites, Lesson 55, Subordinating Conjunctions. In the Grammar Bites series, we watch all the videos so we learn all the rules of English. I've been talking about the 3 different kinds of sentences. Now I invite you to pause the video and read through these slides. Do you understand all the information? If not, maybe you need to go back and watch a video again. Because today we're moving on. Today we are going to talk about subordinating conjunctions. What is a subordinating conjunction? Why don't you take a minute? Think about it, talk about it, or write about it. What is a subordinating conjunction? A conjunction is something that joins 2 things. I always think of a train. I think of the little join between the 2 cars. And in this case, what's being joined is an independent clause and a dependent clause. A conjunction joins 2 things, an independent clause and a dependent clause. Let's review what these words mean. An independent clause has a subject and a verb, expresses a complete thought, and can stand alone as a sentence. A dependent clause also has a subject and a verb, but it does not express a complete thought and cannot stand alone as a sentence. Let's look at the example I used in video 50. I cried when my ice cream fell on the ground. Can you find the independent clause? I cried is the independent clause. I is the subject, cried is the verb. It expresses a complete thought and can stand alone as a sentence. We don't need the rest of the sentence in order for it to make sense. The dependent clause is when my ice cream fell on the ground. Now it has a subject and a verb, but it can't stand alone. If we remove I cried, we are left with when my ice cream fell on the ground. This doesn't make sense. Something is missing. The independent clause and the dependent clause are joined with a conjunction. It's called a subordinating conjunction. Remember my picture of the trains? The conjunction joins the 2 cars together. A subordinating conjunction shows the relationship between 2 clauses. The 2 clauses are not equal. The dependent clause adds meaning to the main idea. A subordinating conjunction shows the relationship between 2 clauses. Some subordinating conjunctions show a cause and effect relationship. Here are some examples. Because, for, as, since, though, due to, provided that, because of, unless. I'd like to show you some examples that I found on the Grammarly.com blog about subordinating conjunctions. First, you have to understand this picture. These are superheroes, Batman and Robin, and they're driving a Batmobile. Here are some sentences. Robin wasn't allowed in the Batmobile any longer because he wouldn't wear a seatbelt. Batman required strict compliance with seatbelt rules, hence, Robin was not allowed to ride in the Batmobile. Since Robin refused to wear a seatbelt, Batman has banned him from the Batmobile. Some subordinating conjunctions signal relationships of time or place. For example, once, while, when, whenever, where, wherever, before, and after. Once Batman learned that Robin had not been wearing his seatbelt, he took away his keys to the Batmobile. Robin looked regretfully at the Batmobile whenever he passed it in the Batcave. After Batman was done working for the night, Robin took a secret ride in the Batmobile. Before Robin gets his job in the Batcave back, he must promise to stop playing with the Batmobile. Do we have to use a comma? What's the rule? Subordinating conjunctions that fall in the middle of a sentence are generally not preceded by a comma. For example, Robin drove the Batmobile whenever Batman was away. When a subordinate clause begins a sentence, however, the whole clause, but not the subordinating conjunction itself, is followed by a comma. Here is another example. Whenever Batman was away, Robin drove the Batmobile. Okay, let's review what we learned today. There are many subordinating conjunctions. A subordinating conjunction connects and shows the relationship between an independent clause and a dependent clause. The relationship can be cause and effect or of time and place. Okay, it's your turn. Start writing some complex sentences with coordinating conjunctions. I'm ready to move on from sentence construction. In the next lesson, I'll be talking about something different. The topic will be a surprise. I hope you'll join me. We'll see you next time. New Grammar Bites are now available every Sunday. Remember to subscribe on YouTube. You can also find my videos for free on my website, www.mycanadianenglish.com.